Spotify is taking Harry and Meghan's £18 million podcast deal into its own hands, a source said, after the couple failed to produce any content over the last year. A recruitment advert posted by Gimlet Projects, Spotify's podcast development team, said, "We're currently assembling a show team that will build and launch a new original show with Archewell featuring the voices of high-profile women. We're looking for experienced producers to join a team that will launch an exciting new weekly show, based in Los Angeles. The ideal candidates have a background in audio production, and experience working with high-profile talent. They thrive under deadline pressure, like to work collaboratively to solve problems. Producers will be involved in research, story development, talent management, recording/field producing, writing and editing. The right candidates have a strong sense of creativity, curiosity, and empathy. They are interested in the intersection of social activism and popular culture." The advert also notes that Gimlet projects often involve Spotify's high-profile collaborators. A source close to the project told The Sun, "Spotify has been waiting a long time for some content from Harry and Meghan, and now it appears they have finally taken matters into their own hands." In a statement announcing the podcast partnership in December 2020, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex said, "What we love about podcasting is that it reminds all of us to take a moment and to really listen, to connect to one another without distraction. With the challenges of 2020, there has never been a more important time to do so, because when we hear each other, and hear each other's stories, we are reminded of how interconnected we all are." But in spite of the £18 million deal signed by Meghan and Harry, a media lawyer told Express.co.uk that the couple may not actually receive the full amount. Speaking in December 2021, 1 year after the deal was signed, Ian Penman, who specializes in music streaming contracts, claimed that the podcasts are likely to have been less popular than Spotify and the royal couple expected. He said that they are unlikely to have paid the full £18 million upfront and are instead likely to have paid the Duke and Duchess of Sussex a small advance, retaining the right to back out of the contract if the first episode was not popular. He said, "It's famously the case in music deals, this goes back decades, that when people talk about a large deal, like Robbie Williams signing a deal for £15 million or something, it does not mean he gets £15 million on day one. So the problem you have here, I would imagine, is that when they talk about an £18 million Spotify podcast deal, it probably means that they have signed their first product, in this case a podcast. They then have many, many options for further products. All those options are in Spotify's favor. Make no mistake, they're not in Meghan and Harry's favor. If all those options are exercised, and we don't know how many podcasts that relates to, it may be that the total money spent by Spotify is £18 million. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's Netflix contract was questioned by experts over its longevity as a source of permanent income for the couple. The contract allowed the pair to pay for their extensive security costs and to pay back the £2.4 million they owed the taxpayer for their Frogmore Cottage renovations dating back to 2019. PR expert Mark Borkowski said, "It's a fantastic deal for Netflix and a phenomenal deal for the ex-royal couple. If they get it right, if they surround themselves with the very best people, it could be the mother lode for them." However, he conceded that it was going to be challenging for them, because producing content is very difficult. Speaking to Canadian outlet CBC, he said, "Disney will tell you, you're not making that overnight. There's a long journey and you need people with the necessary scar tissue to help you." Royal biographer Penny Junor also claimed, this Netflix deal could be the perfect vehicle for them, if it works as they intend. She continued, "Harry and Meghan have always said they want to make the world a better place. That was one of the things that brought them together in the first place, and as working members of the royal family, they were ideally positioned to do that. So far, their most successful appearances have actually been on other streaming platforms, such as Harry's mental health docuseries The Me You Can't See released on Apple TV+, and the couple's bombshell interview with Oprah Winfrey on CBS in March. The couple are therefore yet to establish a presence on Netflix 10 months after announcing their deal, which has raised concerns about how long their contract will last if they do not act soon. But, it's not the only contract they've secured since their royal departure. The Sussexes signed a multi-year deal with Spotify for their new podcast series, Archewell Audio, last December.